All right, so this is Timeless Angels. I needed to play some white and green decks today, so this is the one that I've chosen. It is a timeless staple, been around since the beginning of the format, and even existed back in Historic when that was the only thing that we could do on Arena. This is a deck that wants to gain life, go wide, get big, and do it all. Just absolutely smash your opponent's face in. It's playing things like Righteous Valkyrie, which buffs your board once you gain enough life, 27 over your starting life total, 7 over your life total. Resplendent Angel, which cares about how much life you gain a turn. We have things like Bishop of Wings that really leans into the Angel archetype. Giada, Font of Hope is both mana and a way to make your Angel tokens even bigger when they come in. And then we have Speaker of the Heavens, which produces angels itself and is a early little annoying 1/1 that your opponents have to waste removal on, lest it become a game-ending threat for you. We then also have Cleric class, which helps us with the life gain. There are a couple situations where this puts us over the edge in terms of making certain effects good. And then we also have a 1 of Sarah Paragon in order to play some of our things out of the graveyard and give us some recursion in case we need it. Now, this deck has, in previous iterations, picked up the Book of Exalted Deeds as a 1 of. This is a relatively old card by this point, but it gives us a potential Platinum Angel effect on one of our creatures. You pay 3 white to put this in, another 3 white to exile it, and then you get an Enlightened counter, and you won't lose the game. This is pretty good in case your aggro isn't enough to get us there, but it is what it is. So the idea here is you either put it on one of your angels or you use Mutavault, which is a land that can animate and gain all creature types. And then if your opponent doesn't deal with it right then and there, it goes back to being a land, and now they have to kill one of your lands, which not many decks are equipped to do. This deck also picked up Cavern of Souls as another utility land. This one's just nice because we can get a lot of our angels down. Typically just choose Angel with this. However, you can also go Cleric for Bishop of Wings and Resplendent Angel. And that is really nice to do. We have a little bit of removal here in Swords to Plowshares, and we run some Once Upon a Times to give us a little bit of extra juice in the beginning of the game if we need it. Now let's take a look at Cleric class here. This is a very good one to have early because of a lot of reasons. Number one, the level 2 is pretty decent. Just as we gain life incidentally throughout the game, we're able to put counters on our things, make them bigger. And I guess if Heartless Act ever comes back as a playable card, then this helps us get around it. For 5 mana, you get to return something from the graveyard to the battlefield, so we do have essentially 4 copies of Graveyard Recursion if you include Sarah Paragon. Now, the interesting thing here is that Bishop of Wings, if we have one of these on the battlefield, in addition to a Cleric class, will gain us 5 life specifically when an angel that we control enters. So we're able to do things like Cleric class, Bishop of Wings, Resplendent Angel, and then on the end of that turn 3, get a Resplendent Angel trigger, which is nice. In lieu of that, then the idea is go Bishop of Wings plus one of our other life gains, or get 2 of a Bishop of Wings and or Righteous Valkyrie. And really, honestly, this is a very straightforward build. We put angels out, they get big, we kill our opponent. Now, the other very fun thing is, if you look at this deck, this is green-white. And the reason that we went green-white was not to cast Once Upon a Time, because typically we're only casting one of these in the beginning of the game, but we also want to have Collected Companies, because this is actually a very good card for us. Gets anything 3 or less from the top 6 of our library into the battlefield. We play mostly enough creatures to hit with Collected Company, though, given that we have Book of Exalted Deeds, Once Upon a Time, Swords to Plowshares, and Cleric class in addition to all of our lands, we don't always hit Collected Company that well. And with the release of 3 True Battalion, which is one of the newer alchemy cards, this actually is a deck that will benefit more from 3 Tree than from Collected Company. So in the future, you could even see this deck going back to being pure mono white, which might be fun. If they ever get the 3 mana Blood Moon type effect on like an angel or something, I could definitely see this being played as a mono white deck. But anyway, 3 True Battalion, look at the top 6, very similar to Collected Company. Get to choose 1 creature with mana value 3 or less, and then duplicate it as a conjure trigger. So definitely this has the potential to be really good. If you're set up, a Resplendent Angel is a really good find. If you're not even set up or just need a bunch of life, Righteous Valkyrie is a very good find, especially if you're over the 27 life threshold. A lot of cool things going on here. So the games are quick, the games are aggressive, and they should be a lot of fun. Before we hop in, a quick reminder to like and comment on the video. It helps with the algorithm. Also, subscribe if you're new for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now let's hop in round 1 and absolutely murder someone with angels, hopefully. All right, here we go. This is the first round. This has a Bishop of Wings into Righteous Valkyrie. Eventually, we do get a Collected Company down. I think I like it. We'll keep 7. We'll try to get a Speaker of the Heavens out right away, and then this Windswept Heath could possibly be for a Surveil land on turn 2, or we drop Cleric Class to get more out of our Speaker. And then with the Surveil, I think we're just looking exclusively for lands. This is a Mishra's Bauble with Forest. That's interesting. Let's see what they saw. It was a Collected Company, so they know that we're probably on Clerics, or if they really understand Speaker, they'll definitely realize that this is Angels. So we're going to go Cleric Class here, attempt to get in for 2. Start our way on towards 27, which we will have to, unfortunately, lose a life on the way with Windswept Heath. That's the downside of playing fetch lands and Timeless in a life gain deck. Mishra's Bauble again, sure. And they're going to eat my enchantment. That's fine. Did what it needed to do. And that is, took removal. This could be like Golgari Control. That is a deck that could possibly exist. They'll see a card. We will decide to shuffle it away. We'll get one of our 2 Lush Porticos. And we'll Surveil. Let's go. Once Upon a Time is not the land that we needed, so we'll put that away. And we'll take our turn. They get to draw, we get to draw, and it is big ol' nothing burger. All right. Well, getting in with the Speaker and take another draw next turn. Basically, if we can hit 3 and then 4 lands, both will be very good spikes for us. See what opponent's on. Might be Jund. They might have been waiting for that red. DRC, possibly. Shock, and what are we doing? Liliana, alright, so they're going to edict me. I'm definitely dropping my Speaker. Alright, easy choice. We have other ways to gain life. We actually have yet another one. Alright. So we'll actually be able to trade off Liliana. That was honestly not the worst thing that could have happened to us. Alright, so yeah, definitely some Boomer Jund going on here. Another Lily. We'll play the same song and dance here. Hopefully next turn will be changed, as we will be hoping to draw land here. We do get it. Let's pay 2 life here. We'll gain 4 here. And hopefully they don't have a 3rd Lily in hand. That'd be awkward. Alright. So next turn is either Righteous Valkyrie number 2, which will hit 27 through, or we get to Collected Company. And it's going to be Collected Company. You love to see it. So let's do that pre-combat, because we might be able to get big enough for Shieldred to not matter, but we can... yeah, actually, we don't want to attack with Bishop of Wings if that's not going to be guaranteed. Hope to hit 2 things here. Speaker and Resplendent Angel. That's perfect. This will be enough to get us to where we need to be. We get to attack in. We don't care about their Shieldred triggers. And we are going to go super, super wide now. And unless they have board wipes, which I don't think Boomer Jund really does, they like their single target removal or edicts, I think we should have this in the next turn or so. Collected Company number 2 can show up if they give us the opportunity, but I think we'll just play out some things on the ground and get ready to eat it in the air. Alright, cool. We'll get their red and black cards in for presumably their color challenge of the day. They'll eat my Speaker, sure. And will they attack? They're holding priority here, or I'm holding priority here. I'll at least get my Collected Company off for my daily challenge. Nice. Cool, so good round 1. Let's hop into round 2 and do it again. Okay, round 2. Let's go. A lot of small cards here, not a big fan. We'll mull. Turn 3 into a decent turn 4. I think I'd keep this 6, and it's either a land or Once Upon a Time. I'm going to get rid of the Once Upon a Time, and we'll just use some Surveils off of the Windswept Heaths. All right, so we'll take a 2 or 4 drop. Oh, I forgot that we had one of these in hand already. Whoops. A Cavern of Souls is probably a good idea in some matchups. We'll see if they play blue here. Black, darn. Eye Twitch, seeing that almost makes me think Sultai, so you never know, we could get lucky here. We'll Surveil again. This time we don't need to land. We get to just drop some Righteous Valkyries here, though, which is nice. Any Thought Seizes? No, nothing. Alright, well, I think we'll go Cavern of Souls for Angel then. Boy, taking some life. That'll hit the battlefield, but they do have the ability to kill, which they did hold priority with 2 mana up. I'm surprised that my thing didn't die. Wonder what could have held priority there. They're looking at Cavern of Souls. Really irrelevant in this matchup. Sedgemoor Witch, so we're looking at that sort of combo thing. There's Sedgemoor Witch plus Beseech. I wonder if that's what we're doing. 4 mana here, decide between Collected Company or Valkyrie. We'll go Valkyrie first and try to pay off with a big Collected Company. I'm not going to attack into the Eye Twitch, or am I? This plays around anything that deals 3 damage, but they're in mono black, so it doesn't seem like that's very likely. I will attack here. If you'd like to learn, you can. They can grab removal. There's no combo piece that they can pull out of the graveyard. Sounds about right. Necrotic Fumes. They'll have to take their whole turn to play that, though, and then we still get to get our Collected Company anyway. Sedgemoor can attack no matter what, however. Infernal Grasp. Okay, so that's pretty similar to the Necrotic Fumes. Whatever. We'll go to 19. Possible that we can hit here with Collected Company if we get really lucky. We need exactly 2 4-drops. Now this Cleric class does change things. We will need to go Windswept Heath, get a basic, and let's go like this, and then Collected Company pre-combat. Alright, let's see what we can find. Ooh, just a Bishop of Wings, that sucks. Alright, we'll gain 5 here though, which is not a bad thing. Definitely not attacking here. We'd like to block the Sedgemoor Witch. So they're running Faithless Haven as well. Plumb the Forbidden. You got it. So it could just be some cast and copy value here. We could see Weather the Storm, one of my favorite cards in Arena. And luckily for us, Cleric class is here, so we have a mana sink if we don't draw, if we continue to flood out. For Specimens, they will learn. They're going super wide here. Pest Summoning. Necrotic Fumes still on the table, except they've tapped out of their second black. That's lucky for me. Oh, maybe not. So this could be Beseech combo right now. Sedgemoor plus Beseech, that can do it. Okay, it'll just be a Soul Shatter, that's fine. And I think they'll be able to just chill here. Alright, so we end up drawing that land we were talking about. We will go ahead and activate Cleric class. Nothing much that we can really do here. We'll take some damage eventually, but I'll get in for 1. Alright, big attack. We'll take one of these guys. And they will gain that 1 life back. We're at 15. We need something big. If no good draws, I just activate Cleric class and pass the turn. Meat Hook is tough. So that's going to wipe the board. Doesn't kill me, though. Alright, well, here's Cavern of Souls again, because why not? We'll actually go Temple Garden tapped. And at least this way we do get to have our Righteous Valkyrie back. Alright, cool. So that's something. Got a 3/5 in the air. That is nice. Necrotic Fumes does kill it, though, which is awkward. We'll go for the Pest Summoning route, sure. Field of Ruin activation, possibly. They'll take one of my caverns. Not that it really matters. Alright. We only have basic white to find here. 2 more, that's good to know. Giada, that's a good one. And we'll get in here. Let's put a counter on Giada since I think the Righteous Valkyrie is going to die here soon. In case they play Thoughtseize, we'll try to bait them out with this Cavern still in our hand. And Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Not being used for anything. Necrotic Fumes, there goes my Valkyrie. We at least have a 3/3 still. And they're in top deck mode. If we can gain another life, Giada now becomes able to... Oh, okay, we need to gain 2 life. But we're very soon going to be able to block these faceless havens very easily. Alright. Meathook Massacre being once again a problem. And I don't know what we're doing here. It's just Field of Ruin, but... Oh, they do have the access to mana. Yeah. Alright. Sure. Well, this is why we play basics. And it's up to me to do something here. Here's a Speaker of the Heavens. Attack in, it's a slow boat. We now can trade for either Hive or Faceless Haven, excuse me. They should be attacking in here. Alright, so they notably... Okay, I was wondering if they were going to try to hold these down. We're definitely not trading here. We'll just eat our damage. Down to 5. Might need to block this next turn. Once Upon a Time, a good card here in this situation. Ooh, another Giada sucks, though. This Giada will come in just as big as the other one. And life does not really matter here, so we'll just thin our deck. Play a land for turn, show them that, and then we are now going to need to block the Faceless Haven with Giada, which becomes 4/3, right? So this is not the end of the world. It's sure not great, though. They're at 15. And we do get to gain a life. We'll put a counter on Giada so that she can start to eat things. We might go down to 4. We might go down to 3 here and double block the Hive. Things are getting super, super close here. Haven activation, you got it. Alright, so I believe, yeah, if we kill the Hive of the Eye Tyrant, they can only animate 1 card next turn. Okay. And we will gain a life here, so we will stay at 4. Alright, gain a life, put a counter on Giada. Oh, did forget about the Meathook ones. So now we have life if we really, really need it. Opponent goes to 11. There's a chance we can stay alive here. We're drawing pretty horribly down the stretch. But that's how it happens. They'll draw a card with Plumb the Forbidden. Alright. Soul Shatter. Well, instead of doing that, let's just gain some life. This is even better. Gets a card out of their hand, and this is great. So here's our Splendid Angel. We can now activate this in case they try to deal some damage or Meathook it. So we will end turn, and then next turn we can have Resplendent Angel trigger itself unless they found removal here. So it's not a land, they're thinking about casting it. Is a Meathook for 3, and that's why we played the Cavern of Souls. We're going to make this guy a little bit larger. Alright, we're definitely not blocking this, otherwise our Resplendent Angel goes away forever. Alright, and so now, this is where we start to get moving. Resplendent Angel, get in there, put them to 5. Get that bigger, end turn, make another angel, and now we got blockers. It is a 1-turn clock in the air, and it is all but over. We've made it through. Definitely you have some games go super aggressive, and then other games are like this. You just barely inch over the finish line. Feels good. We can basically out-life gain them for the rest of the game until they draw any actual spells. So cool. I felt pretty good about dodging the Meat Massacre there. We get to go in one more time with 3 Tree Battalion and just see what we can find. Maybe we can get a fun ending here. Another Resplendent Angel. Let's go. We can even activate, get in, and if opponent wasn't dead here, this would be an insane end step with 3 more Angels coming in. All right, well, definitely not the kind of game I expected to have with this deck, but it's kind of cool to see that this can hang and potentially play a longer game. So pretty cool. Here comes round 3. Okay, let's go. What do we have in this opening hand? Cleric class, Speakers. Opponent's got Luris, probably some sort of Delver variant. The curve is pretty nice here, though, so I'm going to try keeping it. If they play an annoying creature here, we might just go Cleric class instead of the Speaker. Wow, well, we can actually end up with 3 Speakers on turn 2, which is kind of crazy. It would potentially even then be worth it to go... Okay, maybe not worth it in the end. Ragavan here, we're definitely trading for the Ragavan. Here, I think we just deploy 2 creatures, essentially. Alright, no attacks. See if they attack with Rag. We're looking to drop Cleric class eventually. Unstable Amulet, sure. Amped Raptor, good. That's a card that we do like to see exiled. So I'm thinking that Righteous Valkyrie seems pretty good right about now. We can also go Giada plus Cleric class. Now, if we attack, then that means we're gaining 6 life. They'll be able to trade for 2 of my Speakers. It's not good enough. I think we go Cleric class Giada, then go Righteous Valkyrie and something else. Then we also stand to be in a real good position if any of our 4-drop spells come up next turn. I'm expecting to see some sort of removal here. This is Amped Raptor from Exile, so you just get the energy, no trigger. Or no exile, rather. Their Guide of Souls will be able to make something attack, though. Might be needing to chump block Ragavan, potentially. Okay, they'll actually just give this one to me. I'll be able to get in there. Now, I think it's just Righteous Valkyrie. Going to kill my Giada, fine. This one I'm not so sad to see leave. I'd be much more sad if the Righteous Valkyrie died. Okay, so a lot of good draws here. Just gotta hope our opponent doesn't have a lot of removal. That Lightning Bolt's kind of annoying, so I'm gonna have to not block the Righteous Valkyrie. Okay, no land is a good one to see them hit. Goblin Bombardment, though, that's a problem. So now we have Lightning Bolt, kill Righteous Valkyrie. Oh, hello. That's not what I thought they were doing. Okay, they could have taken out the Righteous Valkyrie. That is a big lucky situation for us. We now get to show them Once Upon a Time. We're looking for a 3-drop, a good 3-drop here. Well, we can have a Giada, I suppose. That's something. We will take it. That's another 3 life. And we can tack in for 2. Actually, I think Righteous Valkyrie is better blocking right now. Opponent's Hellbent. That's good to see. We're getting close to being able to think about attacking in with the Speakers so that even if one dies, the other can activate. Not quite in that range, though. I think we need one more decent creature. Amped Raptor, this time from hand. Let's hope that they don't hit well. It's in a Johnny. Oh, man. So my board gets ripped apart here, I think. Or they just go face and try to dome me. If they go face here, this could be okay. But I think in most situations, we are going to be in trouble here against Najani. There's a point where we're big enough that it doesn't matter, but they take out my Valkyrie here, and really, what are we left with after that? Not much. Okay. Well, got to show both sides of the deck, right? This is probably where the table has turned beyond being able to do anything about it. Now, what we could do is if we draw a Collected Company effect here and hold it till next turn, there's a chance we get big enough to attack a Johnny. Pay 2. Yeah, it's not the end of the world. We'll then have to worry about it coming back through Luris, which actually could happen in one turn, which is terrible and scary. This speaker's going to have to be a blocker at some point. Ooh, I should have blocked that 3-troop battalion. It would have been great for me. Now, actually, this is going to be pretty good in their deck. I have already played a white weenie deck. Oh, they're going for another Ajani. That's funny. Yep, a lot of Ajani triggers, a lot of energy being happening. Alright, Ajani can go face here. And we will die in combat. Alright, well, red-white Boros energy showing up to be pretty strong here. Was not able to make it work. They were just a little bit too fast. I think it was the Goblin Bombardment that really got them there. Decent round 3. Don't think we played that one terribly, except for the fact where I could have blocked the Ragavan and maybe had another turn. It is what it is. We'll hop into round 4 now. Alright, it's round 4. Let's go. 2 lands, Righteous Valkyrie, and 3-troop battalion. I do like it. We're going to use the Windswept Heath probably on turn 2 to surveil. But then it's a little awkward because we need to do Cleric on speaker, or Cleric for speaker rather. I mean, it's a good thing that Cleric casts pretty much most of my hand, so that's not the end of the world. Likely getting Thoughtseized here. We will. Let's see what their choice is. That seems like a pretty solid choice here. We do get to go like this and then use a surveil. This might be a game where we just go hellbent and then see if our top decks are better than theirs. I'm totally happy to see that happen. So I think they take the Righteous Valkyrie here. 3-tree is their other option. I think the 3-tree is the worst card for them. But I have already seen 2 of my Righteous Valkyries. Alright, let's see what the surveil has in store for us. And we will surveil here. So I think I take a land, possibly. I don't think I take Cleric class. We will blind draw. Alright, another speaker. That's something. I think at this point I am attacking. See if they'd like to block. The life gain is relevant for me, and I believe this goes back after their card dies. Yep. Shieldred? No, the One Ring. Sure. Alright, so they're going to be attacking in here. Bishop of Wings is now our play. Luckily, that is another one of the ones that has Cleric on it. Shieldred the Apocalypse, expected to see that at some point. We're largely not affected by Shieldred in this deck, which is a refreshing feel to have. Most decks hate Shieldred. Really, the only factor here is that their One Ring is going to gain them too much life. I think by the time... I think they'll kill themselves with card draw before they kill themselves with life loss. I'll have to do what I can to keep their life total low. Curious what priority is being held here. Okay, it's a grief. They're going to take my 3-troop battalion. Alright. Not the end of the world. We do have more top decks here. We do need another land anyhow. Alright, well, Book of Exalted Deeds is one of the few cards that is uncastable in my current situation. we're not really equipped to use it very well. So when I said earlier about keeping my opponent's life total in check, this is really not how I envisioned the rest of the game going down. Deep Cavern Bat, they'll take my book. That's fine, we weren't going to use it anyway. Kind of wish that had been a land here, because then we would have been on for almost any draw. Attack's coming in. They must have another creature if they're going in with Shieldred. Or maybe they just want to punish me as quickly as possible. Alright. This is exactly what we were looking for. So Resplendent Angel, we're going to attack in with these speakers for the last point of damage, and now we'll have some blockers. Alright. Guess I didn't really need to attack with the bishop, but that's fine. Alright, one speaker dies, and they can block the other two. Luckily, Bishop of Wings is just barely not dead. They actually should have killed that, honestly. And will they block with the Bowmasters? This is the big question. They will. Alright. They know what's up in this deck. And know what? Not dead after all in the Bowmasters. That's nice. I kind of think if they had sequenced that a little bit differently, they would have had a much better situation going on. At least we're back at 20. We can kill Shieldred at some point, but I don't think that point's going to be now. We have blockers, so Cavern Bat and Bowmasters and Token can't attack. It's alright. Things are alright. And let's see what the attack is looking like here after the One Ring. Surprising that they don't keep the One Ring with 5 counters on it. Like, while their Shieldred's around, they can have as much of a One Ring as they want. So I think Shieldred's the only important attacker here. There's a world where I double block here, but I don't think I'm going to. That's a pretty awful 2-for-1 for me. I need to be able to gain 5 life here. That is so close to being able to do that, except I have not drawn the lands that I need. We attack once. And actually it doesn't matter because they have protection. Maybe they'll also not realize that. Alright. Well, hope that my next hand or my next card is a land and they don't have a Thoughtseize. But they do have access to a lot of cards. Oh god. So I think I lose my Collected Company here. That sucks. I'm going to also lose a creature. There goes my bishop. This seems like a bad situation. Liliana pluses here, I think. Ooh, I'm glad that they didn't do that. They must have removal for Resplendent Angel. We're definitely not blocking this. Like, if there's a way that we can retain this Collected Company by the end of our turn, this is actually huge. We should not have this. Go to 8. It's fine. Wait for any sort of discard. And go in with the Collected Company. That is fine. I don't care. And they'll put me to 7. And if I hit Resplendent or Righteous Valkyrie, we're back in it, but I think we already have 1 in the graveyard, 1 in exile, so that'd be pretty unlikely. So I think our next best one is Bishop of Wings and Righteous Valkyrie, which is still a 5 and 8, or we have 5 in 44. Not great, but not the end of the world. Let's see what we find. They'll gain some life, fine. We really need to hit big here, and it's just going to be another Resplendent Angel. That, unfortunately, is going to do it for us. We're going to go down in round 4. Kind of a heartbreaker there. I think this is a really good illustration of why Collected Company is maybe the second best Collected Company in this deck now. I could definitely see another build of this deck going pure mono white. Maybe I'll give that a try in the future. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see it, or if you've tried it, and tell me how it goes. Other than this, I think we more or less have to give away our whole board here. There must be not dead after alls here, but what else can I do? Okay, sure. Possibly another not dead after all. Okay, sure, there we go. So we're gonna be dead in this next turn. Take 4. Take another, and then die in our upkeep Shieldred. Alright. Opponent's taking round 4 here with some pretty classic mono black. Mono black card draw hate plus card draw itself. It's a decent deck. Grief with not dead after all. Still sticking around here even after the legacy ban. Or sorry, not legacy. Or yeah, no, it was legacy. It's still legal in vintage. But yeah, Grief doing Grief things. And we'll continue to be doing Grief things here in Timeless until the next ban and restricted update. Let's make our Muted Vault into a creature, because why not? And we will see Bishop of Wings, the card that we really hope they didn't destroy, but they did. Alright, one last round. Let's finish out, and maybe we'll go every other for a strong showing. Alright, last round. Let's go. I'd like a turbo stomping if possible. We do have 3 True Battalion. I'd like to see that go off if possible. Beyond the Play is also pretty nice. Well, let's start early here. So our choice of a Windswept Heath or Cavern of Souls. I think I'll take the Cavern here. And let's maybe show that as our second land. Portico's good. I think I'd like Bishop of Wings here. So now in this hand, we do need to choose between Cleric and Angel. We have more Angels, so maybe. Okay, nice. They tapped out here. I think we go like this. Go Bishop of Wings. And next turn, go Resplendent. Yeah, we go Resplendent into 3 True Battalion. Or maybe we won't. Maybe my opponent can do something crazy. The One Ring, sure. Alright, Collected Company to back it up. Let's go. Angel, Resplendent, say go. 24 life. Alright, 3 True Battalion into a Righteous Valkyrie is going to be a great turn 4. Black mana, what are we doing? Green and black, okay. Troll of Cause of Doom might be doing some reanimation. They are. Alright. Cool, so we have a chance at 27 here. We actually just have Righteous Valkyrie in hand. That actually is a little awkward. Well, the question is, do we want to try to save Giada and Righteous Valkyrie for a turn where we have 5 mana? I think the answer is yes. 3 Tree Battalion probably needs to be cast main phase because we want to hit with Resplendent Angel, so we will cast now. And let's see what we find. This could be good, it could be bad. Opponent can One Ring if they'd like. Alright, they'll wait. We actually hit one of our worst things in the deck. Neither an Angel nor something that is large. Let's go in with Resplendent Angel, and then I'm thinking that next turn is just Righteous Valkyrie. Even if we know that we're not going to hit anything. Well, actually, you know what? Collected Company is effectively the same thing. And if the mana works out, and if we don't draw mana, basically, then I think it's worth playing the 4-drop. We just need to make sure that any Angel makes it onto the battlefield under our side this turn. We're playing a Shieldred One Ring combo. Looks to be kind of like Jund mid-range, but without red. Fatal Pushes, I would imagine, are going to be plenty. They could even play Surgical, which makes me worried about my 3 trees and Collected Companies. Maybe Grief. We'll see what they take. Honestly, Collected Company and Righteous Valkyrie are both decent. I think their take is Collected Company, but we still are guaranteed an Angel. Well, almost guaranteed an Angel. They could take Righteous Valkyrie and just hope that I blank, but then I can also just play Giada for a certain hit. I think it's definitely Righteous Valkyrie needs to go. But then I think I'm gambling on Collected Company next turn. That's a very disciplined play from them. they clearly thought about what my board state could look at after any one of my next cards, and they chose well. So definitely blocking here. We want to, well, okay, yeah, that's right. We don't really have a good block. I think I'm just going to chill then and try to get Resplendent Angel activated. All right, so we'll draw, take 2 more life. Glad I drew that land. All right. I'm feeling lucky. We're going Collected Company. Oh yeah, we hit. All right, cool. So Resplendent and Righteous. We're about to have 27 plus life here very, very soon. All right, and so let's get in here. Speaker of the Heavens activation. Oh yeah, we are cooking. 37 life and counting. Yeah, and that is the way that this deck likes to win. I'm glad we got to end off on this sort of turbo life gain ending. It's really, this has always just been a very, very satisfying deck to play. In my opinion, the best life gain deck to play. Always really enjoyed this archetype. And hope you guys enjoyed it as well. This has been a fun video to film. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and comment. Helps with the algorithm. Subscribe if you're new for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. All those kind of things. And with that being said, hope you enjoyed. Try out the deck list in the video description. Always got the Moxfield link in there. And I will see you guys in the next video.